Phil Hellmuth is looking down at Jack-9 offsuit. Preflop begins with a strategic dynamic that sets a dangerous trap for the table's most famous personality. Hellmuth, the poker brat himself, initiates the action from middle position with Jack-9 offsuit. Opening such a speculative hand is a classic Hellmuth field play. He is looking to navigate post-flop streets rather than relying on raw card equity. The flop falls an absolute dream for Hellmuth. He has flopped top two pair, a monster in a multi-way pot. However, the action takes an unorthodox turn when Stern decides to lead out with a donk bet. This move is designed to confuse the aggressor and define the hand immediately. Stern is currently sitting with queen high, but he has an open-ended straight draw to make the nuts. Friedman wisely gets out of the way, but Hellmuth realizes he cannot play passively on such a coordinated board. He executes a powerful raise to 15,000, effectively charging any draws.
Wow, nice hand.
The turn brings the 8, which is the single most catastrophic card in the deck for Hellmuth. It completes the straight for Stern. In a brilliant tactical reversal, Stern does not check to the razor. He leads out again for 25,000. This is a masterclass in psychological warfare. By leading out after the board gets scarier, Stern makes his hand look like a semi-bluff or a pair of jacks that is scared of the straight. Hellmuth is now in a strategic torture chamber. He still holds two pair, but he is staring at a straight on the board. The river is the 7, a card that puts even more straights on the board and makes the hierarchy even muddier. Stern, sensing that Hellmuth is in call-down mode, fires a final value bet of 35,000. He is asking Hellmuth to pay a significant tax to see the winner. Hellmuth enters a deep tank, visibly agonized by the board runout. He knows that any 10 or 5 beats him, yet his two pair feels too precious to release.
Is this for real? I mean, are these hands for real?
Phil's impression of David after dentist.
Wow. What can I beat? I mean, I guess I can beat Jack 8. All right.
Phil calls.
I mean, what the f***?
That's more like it.
Just peeled an 8 off for me. Can't come up.
So?
That's so sick. You can't find a queen on the turn so that he can lose like 50,000 almost dead or... No.
Doyle Brunson is looking down at Jack-10 offsuit.
So we got a tough one. I heard about him before we started.
Well, how in the hell do you play 20 games at once?
Preflop begins with a wide-ranging confrontation that sets the stage for one of the most explosive board textures imaginable. Abe Mosseri initiates the action with a loose open to 1,200 holding King 2 of hearts. Kalakanis, rather than 3-betting to define the field, chooses to just flat call, a deceptive move that disguises the strength of his pair but allows the pot to remain multi-way. Brunson, sitting with Jack-10 offsuit, finds the price too good to pass up and calls from the blinds. The flop is a disaster texture that hits every single player in a significant way. Brunson has flopped top two pair, holding jacks and 10s. On almost any other board, this is a monster. But on this specific coordinated runout, it is incredibly vulnerable. After Brunson checks his two pair to trap, Mosseri leads out for 3,000, seeking to realize his equity or buy the pot. Kalakanis, realizing the board is dangerously wet, raises to 13,000 to protect his set.
What is it?
The action returns to Brunson, who now finds himself in a high-stakes psychological puzzle. Facing a lead and a raise, Brunson realizes that his two pair is likely behind a set or a straight.
Come on, we deal 3 times, Abe.
Good, huh?
Yet the Brunson stubbornness kicks in. He decides that the best defense is a relentless offense. He executes a massive 3-bet to 83,000, effectively putting his opponents to the test for their entire stacks. He is representing a straight or a higher set, attempting to force folds from draws or weaker-made hands.
All right, I'm all in.
Moves in anyway.
You got more than 83?
Nah, probably not. I don't think so.
Don't think I can...
Big too low.
don't think I can lay this down. This will be the biggest flame out in high stakes history. Or it'll be absolutely brilliant.
I'm glad to see you stalling. Don't you tell you what his snap calls?
Wow. Somebody have a set of jacks here? And somebody have a straight already? And queen already? This will be a sick laydown.
Sounds like 3 9s.
Wow. This is ridiculous if I lay this down.
You think you're gonna pick something up off of us by showing us the hand and telling us what you got?
No,
right.
I just was looking for some sympathy, actually. But apparently I'm not going to get any.
He folds.
Wow.
He had me crushed.
You had me crushed too. You fold that, Daniel? What'd you have? You don't have ace-10 of hearts, do you?
No.
Good.
Oh, my God.
2 pair and
Oh, my God. Please, I got
now
it.
you want to see a heart, right?
Well, how many times do you want to run this?
3's good.
Let's run it 2. Let's run it 2 for simplicity.
It's up to you. I'd never argue about that.
Well, I know it's gonna be hard for you. It's gonna be hard for you to make a full house now.
You guys doing it twice, right?
Twice.
For the love of God, let it be a flush and a full house.
Tough spot.
Flush and a straight. Okay. For the love of God.
No, flush and a full house is what I'd like to see.
You want a jack to come on one, so you can feel real good about that.
I actually feel kind of bad about this for some reason. I don't know.
Because you feel bad about getting him out of the pot?
I don't know.
Yeah, thanks, Doyle.
No, I mean, I feel bad about the results.
I feel terrible about the results so far.
Abe has held over me too long.
Oh, stop it. You've held over me.
Yeah, right. Boom.
First run, 4 of diamonds.
One more blank, then it won't be so painful. Boom. Yeah.
Abe makes a flush.
That's the boom.
Thank you, God.
Just like I figured.
I had the same hand come up on a TV cash game show. I had the set of 10s. I folded. One guy had a bigger set, and one guy had the straight.
Wait, didn't you just criticize my fold?
It wasn't these players, and it wasn't this situation.
Wait, you do that? Oh, that was such a bad play?
It was definitely, it's one of those decisions where either way, it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
It's like if you fold, it's fine. If you call, it's fine.
Good for Doyle anyways. Sucked for me.
I'm feeling pretty good about it right now.
I give us the queen of clubs.
Second run,
Queen of clubs?
Yeah.
All right.
makes Doyle a full house.
Ooh.
It'll be a split pot.
Trying to get your money back on the third one.
I would be leaving right now.
How much did you take back here?
I took back all my money, man.
Even though Jason laid down the best hand, he would have lost both runs. The wrong laydown at the right time.
Good fold. Look at that.
But that is a good moan, Abe. I've held over you. You're that much superior to me.
Well, it was
Grounded me every time you come to town, but that's because you're better, so much better.
well, you know. I don't know, Doyle. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'll let the results speak for themselves, buddy.
Tony G is looking down at ace-king offsuit.
I promise you I was qualified.
Tony re-raises.
That's enough, right? Because if I miss the flop, I fold. I promise.
Pre-flop begins with a layered confrontation that illustrates the aggressive posturing common in high-stakes professional games.
Oh, you've got position, Tony. How can we raise you?
See the small blind? I've defended it 3 times in a row with a re-raise. I've been consistent.
Protecting the loose cannon.
The flop falls, a texture that creates an immediate and dangerous hierarchy. Tony G has flopped top pair, top kicker with his ace-king, the absolute dream scenario for his pre-flop aggression. Hasham has also hit top pair.
The ace from space has arrived.
But he is the victim of a classic kicker trap, as his 5 is hopelessly outclassed by Tony's king. Tony G fires a heavy continuation bet of 11,000.
The Whiffmeister.
Hasham, unable to release top pair, makes a sticky call, and Viffer, holding a statistical monster of a draw, also comes along.
Please be a heart on a turn.
It is a heart.
Magical. It's so magical. It's another 8 too. Just calling 8 flush cards.
I check. I haven't got any.
Tony G, perhaps sensing that his top pair is now vulnerable on such a wet board, decides to check.
I'm all in.
That Joe Hasham decides to exploit, believing that Tony's check indicates a give-up or a weak ace.
Go on, Whiff.
I'm trying to figure out what he has here.
It is a high-risk maneuver designed to force a fold from a better ace or a draw. Viffer, realizing the price has become too steep for his draw against two aggressive opponents, finally gets out of the way.
Tony calls.
What do we have?
I can't wait.
I don't have much. I have one pair, so.
Well, you got to draw.
One pair is good with top kicker.
Oh, wow.
Is that good?
God, I wish I would have called.
Joe's dead to a 5 or a 7 for a gut shot, and 2 5s have been folded.
The river is a 7.
Seven from heaven.
That's sweet. 36, right?
Hasham doubles through.
Daniel Negreanu is looking down at 7-4 suited. Pre-flop initiates a classic confrontation between the godfather of poker Doyle Brunson and the master of the modern era, Negreanu. The action begins with Barry opening the pot, but the real narrative starts when Negreanu decides to flat call holding 7-4 of clubs. This is a quintessential Negreanu move. He is playing a speculative, suited hand for its implied odds, banking on his ability to navigate post-flop streets and outmaneuver his opponents if he connects.
66 is the total, right? So I owe 52, right?
I just wanted to put Barry on tilt.
I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood too.
You're in the mood. And you bought another 100, right? I got something to win if I hit.
Daniel calls.
It was no surprise that the two guys I was against came after me the next hand.
The flop falls a texture that is deceptively dangerous for both players. For Brunson, his pocket aces remain a dominant overpair, though the paired board introduces the theoretical threat of a 10. For Negreanu, he has flopped a pair of 7s, which on this specific board acts as a treacherous middle pair. Brunson, sticking to his aggressive power poker philosophy, fires a heavy continuation bet of 18,000. He is testing Negreanu, essentially asking if he has the 10 or if he is willing to lose it all with a smaller pair. Negreanu, known for being incredibly sticky when he feels his opponent might be over-representing big cards like ace-king or ace-queen, makes the call. He is convinced that Brunson's bet could easily be a standard positional stab, and his pair of 7s feels like a sufficient bluff catcher at this stage. The turn brings the 5, a card that structurally changes very little but accelerates the psychological warfare. Brunson, sensing that Negreanu is not going to fold to a standard bet,
Guess I just got enough for one bet.
Doyle shoves.
Every time I watch, Doyle always has kings.
Close.
Doyle always has kings. I don't feel like you have kings, though.
You are 100% correct.
To be drawing completely dead, right, if you have a 10?
Daniel's not drawing dead, but it's more likely your marriage will end in divorce than Daniel will catch up here.
Got the Doyle Brunson hand, the 10 deuce. Some smells about this hand.
Look, I think Russ smells it too.
Everything leads me to believe that I should never fold here for some stupid reason. I like Doyle either way, right? So if I win the money, I'll be happy because I've won. And if I lose, it goes to a good guy. It's like a win-win situation. The only thing I can do would be bad is fold, get bluffed, feel stupid. So I'll just call it.
Daniel calls.
Got anything? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I just have a 7. Okay. I have 2 outs.
No, just one. Justin folded a 7.
Y'all deal once or twice or 3
I do
times?
twice. It's
Whatever
fine.
you want. I don't care.
2 is good for me.
All right. Deal it twice. Maybe we can split it. Maybe I'll get a split.
Maybe you'll get a split. And you get a lot of big pairs. I was thinking, how many can you get?
The first run for half is a queen.
The 6th tray last time.
What's that?
That blocky last time.
Brunson wins the first run worth nearly 112 grand.
Apparently Daniel had me beat.
Second run is a king.
Oops.
Nice hand.
Daniel Negreanu looks down to King 10 offsuit, a hand with decent equity in a 4-way pot. Against him is Elizabeth Houston, who opens to a Queen Jack offsuit. Let's see who will the poker gods bless this time.
See that? Cheap flop.
Reynolds folds.
Also makes it easier to call this 3-bet from Tony G.
He raises to 2,000. Queen Jack for the cannon. She calls out of position. So does Daniel.
And like that, Williams built himself his own little pot odds.
He calls 2. 4-person party to the flop.
The flop comes 8-queen jack rainbow, which is perfect for Houston. She is looking at top 2 pair with no danger of a flush and only a potential straight or a pocket pair being in her way. Her odds look great, but I think she should have bet harder before Negreanu had a chance to see more of the community cards.
I fold.
Thank you, William.
With the bet sizing being insufficient, even Tony G with his mid pair of jacks that have 2% equity will make the call. The turn delivers the 4 of spades. Things couldn't have been better for Houston. Pocket 4s would have probably folded, same as the pocket 6s from earlier, but she is still afraid of the flush and straight draw. That's why she fires a bet for a bit over half the pot, which I think will be yet again not enough to get Negreanu off his hand.
Daniel's checking out her stack, knowing she probably has something strong enough to lose it all if he does make the nuts.
Negreanu casually calls her $15,000 bet as predicted. But at least Tony G and his adventuristic jacks are gone. Now let's see what the turn will bring for Negreanu. And it is the ace. What a cooler this will be at the end.
That's Daniel's gin card, and this could get ugly for the cannon. I expect her to bet here.
Now she checks.
Somehow she knew to slow down. Daniel's got the nuts. Let's see how much he thinks she'll pay off.
50.
If Elizabeth has watched the show at all, she would know Daniel doesn't bluff raise the river very often. No one does.
If Elizabeth makes this call, she'll have less than 30,000 remaining in her stack.
Call.
Ouch.
She sees it.
Damn it.